Conservative MP for North East Somerset, Jacob Rees-Mogg, and the Labour MP for Streatham, Chuka Umunna, who is a member of the campaign group Open Britain, which describes itself as anti-hard Brexit. Welcome to you both. Jacob Rees-Mogg, can you hear me?
Just about.
Okay,
yes.
jolly good. I'll try and speak up.
I'll be able to hear you better.
So I was just talking to your friend Nicky Morgan about whether she would choose principle or party. And of course, she wants a soft Brexit. She doesn't want the exit date that's written into the bill. What would you advise her to do? Follow principle or follow party?
Sorry, I couldn't hear that, but what would I advise Nicky Morgan to do in relation to the bill?
Yeah, yes. Follow principle.
Should she follow her principles or her party?
Well, I think that people should always in Parliament follow principle. That is what I've always done. Though you have a loyalty to your party and to your electors. And over Brexit, we stood on a manifesto saying that we would withdraw from the European Union and that we would leave the single market and the customs union. Now, if Nicky said to her electors that that didn't apply to her, then she would have made it clear in the general election. If, on the other hand, she stood on that manifesto, her principles in June were to support the manifesto, and then she should go with both her principles and her party.
Are you afraid that 11 or 12 Tory rebels might bring down this government?
No, I don't think Tory rebels want to bring down the government. I think they have some reservations about the process of Brexit, which they're absolutely entitled to have, that Parliament is a representative body, not a body of delegates, and that people have right to debate the issues that they are concerned about. There is nonetheless a majority, a mandate for Brexit in the country at large from the referendum. But I would never dispute the right of MPs to stand up for their principles.
So, I'm just talking about this the rather infamous memo written by Messiahs Gove and Johnson to the Prime Minister with 10 points, where they say that they want you to clarify, they want people to clarify their mind and internalise Brexit, the logic of Brexit. Would you say that to business leaders?
Well,
including, for instance, the head of Aston Martin, who today said that a hard Brexit would be semi-catastrophic.
A clean Brexit, getting out of the customs union, getting out of the single market, was pretty much what the Labour manifesto said as much as the Conservative manifesto in the last election. And that a clean Brexit gives us the opportunity to cut tariffs on trade coming into this country, gives us our money back sooner, and that, under the figures produced by Patrick Minford and his team at Cardiff University, provides a £135 billion boon to the Exchequer in the years 2020 to 2025, and £40 billion a year after that. Clean exit from the European Union is hugely economically advantageous, and cutting tariffs will benefit the poor in society most, because the highest tariffs fall on food, clothing and footwear, which make up a disproportionate amount of the budgets of the poorest in society. So there are real opportunities. It's exciting to get Brexit. And the idea that this is going to be done, as Mr. Umunna was saying, on edicts from the government is wrong. All forms of secondary legislation are subject to approval in Parliament, and it's very important to remember that.
Yeah, but can I just ask you one on the alternative budget that you've drawn up?
In this statute.
Patrick Minford was absolutely right about the exchange rate mechanism and the euro against the consensus. And the Treasury last year forecast over 500,000 jobs going purely on the vote to leave. All these very gloomy forecasts have been shown to be wrong. And the gravity... No, the Treasury said we would lose 500,000 jobs on the vote to leave. They said there would be a recession on the vote to leave. They did. It's in the Treasury short-term impacts of Brexit assessment document published before the referendum last year. This was wrong. It was a failure of forecasting, and these are the same people who are continuing to forecast doom and gloom. They are wrong. Wrong.